Branksome Hall decided to join the conversation around innovative learning environments because they wanted to help prepare girls for their future lives and their workplaces. And innovative learning environments are classrooms that have principles around active learning, dynamic ergonomics, and also flexible learning spaces that can be around. They foster skills around collaboration, creativity, and how girls learn to exercise their agency in their learning.
We made sure that we engaged students as stakeholders, as well as teachers, and the leading designers in furniture design. So the girls were looking for fun, innovation, engagement, differentiation.
There's so many different potential ways that you can put the class together.
The new classes have affected the way I teach in so many ways. The first way is a conscious integration of movement into every lesson. I really didn't realize how before in my other classrooms my students were hardly having a chance to move around at all just because they were limited by the furniture. Now when I plan a lesson, I plan it with the movement involved.
I honestly found my classes more interesting because it was kind of taught in a way that was more open.
Often when you're coming in September as a teacher, you're thinking about how you're going to set your space up. And I think in this space, what Andrea and I really tried to do is take a back seat and let the students really take ownership about how we can create those types of spaces within the classroom.
There's just so many different components to these types of rooms, and you can just move it in so many ways. And every single class, you could just be somewhere else doing something else, and it's really nifty how you're almost in a whole new classroom every class.
You got to pick your own type of seating, and if you wanted to do an independent task or a task that you wanted to do by yourself, you could choose an independent chair. But if you wanted to work in groups, you could use a big table.
I think throughout the year they recognized how it supported their learning and the teaching in the classroom to not have a set space. It just allowed for an easier flow.
The boards make a huge difference. That's one of the things where you just see the potential and there's only positives.
I personally like seeing my ideas out on whiteboards, so you can just write all over the walls. There's tons of whiteboards everywhere for you to really just solve things out in your own way.
I love just writing out everything, and it allows me to kind of understand where I'm going with the math in which I've been doing.
In terms of the early research, the findings that we have uncovered is that the innovative learning environments are really benefiting the students. What we're seeing from year to year is that we are iterating and incorporating those changes that we have gleaned from the research into how we prototype subsequent renovations, and I think that it will only get better.
I would say definitely be open to trying new things, because I didn't know about many of the ways that I could learn in using the space, and just be open to all the possibilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a unique classroom because each and every one of us are unique. We all have different ways of learning.
Don't underestimate how flexible and adaptable the girls can be, because they get it. They do figure it out and they do make it work for themselves. And with that being said, the teacher has to be willing to give up some control.
For me, it actually makes the ideas flow easier because it's really bright and open, and there's lots of ways, as Sammy said, to move around in the classroom. There's so many different places to work. It's really helpful for me for learning.